Hope you're doing well. I've got a jasmine scented candle burning, which is coming to an end. I have my latte and I'm feeling super cozy. I've got Christmas lights blinking in the back, and I'm looking out of the window and I see the roofs of the houses completely still covered in snow. So it's really gorgeous, sunny, crisp day outside, great lighting. So I thought today I will share with you the granulation aspect of my latest Ultimate Watercolor palette. These are handmade, vegan, artist grade, light fast watercolors, and I will be using bigger swatches, a bigger brush, and hopefully can showcase the granulation better than I could do before in the other swatches. And also I will share pigment info today. So I've got the colors all squeezed out onto this tray, so I will just carry on using them, and if I run out I'll just add more. In terms of mixing, I will use this mixing dish, and basically what I will do, I'll show you from the previous video. I filmed this yesterday actually, and I don't like the lighting of the video, so I thought I'll refilm the kind of content but slightly differently this time. I will do 10 different sets of mixes. So we've got 5 colors in this set. We've got chartreuse, Quinacridone Gold Deep, Strawberry Velvet, Cobalt Teal, and Green Gold Deep. So what I will do is I will take a first color and I will mix it one by one with all of these colors. Then I will go on to the second one and mix it with the remaining colors, and then the third one, and so on. So that will be 10 sets of mixtures. So today I'm going to go back to my all-time favorite. I use it as a mixed media brush, so it's good with liquid acrylics and gouache. Sometimes I even used some acrylics with it as well. Not so much these days because I have a different technique that I use acrylics with. So this is a 10-0 Quill brush by Jackson's. Oh yes, before we start, I should tell you that to create these swatches, what I've done is I used this sketchy element from my Swatch Joy stamp set. It's available on Etsy, Alyona Creates, and it's basically this bit here. And what I do with it is basically you can stamp it out as it is like that, or go in the middle of it. So you stamp one, then the next one would lay not next to it, but you are overlaying it. So that way you're splitting this block into half and creating these kind of sketchy lines. Then what I've done is I used some sort of a ruler. Is a good idea to use. Just line it up against an edge of your sketchbook, make sure it's all nice and straight, and then use it as a guideline for the bottom of the stamp, and then just go along. I need a sip of coffee. So let's start with chartreuse. So this is the color order in the tin. As you can see, that's how we're going to do it. So chartreuse, and as I start I will also tell you the pigments. So my chartreuse has PY3 and PG7. This is the only color in this set that is not granulating. It's very creamy. As you can see, it doesn't have any white in there. And it's very luminous. So about that side. So let's swatch chartreuse on this end. And then the next color to chartreuse is a Quinacridone Gold Deep. So we're going to do that. So next one. This color is now granulating and gorgeous. You can see very vivid. I mean, I loaded it up, didn't need to have that much. Now, with barely anything in there, I'm going to try and I think that this color would do well here. There we go. I will add slightly more. Look, the granulation here is going to do this magic. So every time we are adding Quinacridone Gold Deep to any color, it will basically create lovely separation. I'm going to go one back by adding a bit more of the chartreuse. And that creates like a dirtier version of chartreuse. So right here, this color is quite different, so I wanted to include it. Now we're going to add a little bit more of the Quinacridone Gold. Thinking of adding a little bit of water into them just to show a little bit of granulation, a bit more like that. Okay, and then again Quinacridone Gold. Maybe a bit more. All right, that's a good one. There we go. And I'll just add a tiny bit of water here. Okay, next color. Strawberry Velvet. So first I will swatch it out. Basically it's like a wilted strawberry. That's what I had in mind. And then let's see how different this mix now will look to here. So I'd say it's a bit muddier. So hopefully you can see the pigment separation in this color. So we have granulation and pigment separation. Let's add a little bit more. And that's kind of turning into this orange now. But it's a neutral, slightly dusky color rather than bright orange. And a bit more. So now this is a gorgeous terracotta type of a color. Really pretty. I find this strawberry velvet incredibly useful in mixes. And look at what is happening in the dish. And one more. I'm trying not to touch the swatches because it would just become one big mess. In this circumstance, I want you to see individual colors rather than it all bleeding into one another, which is a different style that I like as well, but for this purpose I want them to stay separate like that. Next one is Cobalt Teal. So this Cobalt Teal is right bang in the middle of a turquoise green and a turquoise blue. This is where I was going with this mix. I love this color. Oh, I didn't tell you the colors today, the pigment, sorry. I'll go back to Quinacridone Gold Deep. So this is a PR 101 and PY 150, hence why it's so luminous. Then we have the Strawberry Velvet PY 19, PR 233 and PY 3. That's what is creating a warm toned pink with a taupey granulation. Cobalt Teal we have PB 28 and PY 150. Again, a luminous color. This is why it's kind of really jumps out on the page. And then Green Gold Deep, and that is PY 129, PG7 and PY 3. So again, quite luminous and gorgeous and granulating. So let's start by, well, I will need very little of this Cobalt Teal. Very, very little. So I'll just literally load the tip. And then we'll start changing the color very quickly. As you can see, it's already gone into a greener color. The granulation will come through very nicely with the Cobalt Teal. The color palette of this set is quite contemporary, I'd say, but there are some really bright colors that you can mix. So that's the beauty of it. It sort of suits both. Those that like a bit of calmness and those that like the colors to be a bit out there as well. So hopefully there's something for everyone in this set. Okay, one more. And then you can see again, beautiful pigment separation. Just need to leave it for a few seconds for it to start to separate. Next one, Green Gold Deep. Actually, I like the swatches without the drips of water. It just kind of looks a bit messy here. But anyways, I'll show you how the pigments are gathering around the edges as well. So that will give you a good indication. So we're going to add a little bit of it at first. So here we won't see such a like a wide range because these two colors are both they have green in them, both of them have yellow in them, so it's just going to take it quite gently from one color to another. And we'll just have varieties of the two colors, which is, you know, great, because if you wanted this color to have even more luminosity, you just add a bit of this chartreuse into there and you lift it even further, although it's already quite luminous as it is. And vice versa, if you wanted to mute down the chartreuse a little bit, you can do that too. So that's not different enough. So we're already kind of getting there to the point where I'm almost back to its real color. We're not getting much difference. Back with clean water. We're going to start now with Quinacridone Gold Deep. So we'll swatch that out now. Now, my version is super granulating with loads of large particles. So you can do a lot of interesting stuff here. Okay, already here. Things are settling very quickly with this one. Let's start with Strawberry Velvet. And I will add a little bit of it into here. And the key is to start seeing a color shift. If I don't see it enough, that means the other color is too dominating, so I need a bit more. Okay, now I can see slight more redness to this color. So I'm going to swatch it. It's barely noticeable at this point, so I think we'll need a lot more of the red velvet. This is a beautiful swatch here. Nice color. Very interesting mix. Loads of granulation because both colors are super granulating and pigment separating. Okay, so that's our last mix. It's gorgeous. Now let's see what happens if we add Cobalt Teal to this color. It should be interesting because again both are really super granulating, and I'll probably start with the smallest amount first, and they should neutralize each other quite nicely. So let's see. Yeah, that already happened quite quickly. So here we should get a lot of interesting mixes. These will be neutral, but they will be granulating and pigment separating. So there's nothing boring about my neutrals here. So now we're starting to shift it more to a greener mix. And I could do a lot more here because you can see there's going to be a big jump from this color to that color. So this color can be pushed a lot further. There we go. All right, then the last mix with Quinacridone Gold Deep would be Green Gold Deep. So let's go into that. Oh, I just love how luminous this color is. It's so gorgeous. Okay, so with a little bit of it, I'll go straight in, and probably will need... no, it has changed it somewhat, so let's go into here. That's it. Okay, good color, that one. Bit more. bit more. And one more.